Hi folks, welcome to RJA Impact. Following the development I reported on a couple of weeks ago when Dr. Adam Rosendorff turned up at the house Elizabeth Holmes shares with Billy Evans, there have been a couple of developments in the appeal sentencing process that Holmes is facing, including a statement by Rosendorff. Let's quickly recap and I'll bring you up to date with the latest. So Adam Rosendorff was a lab director at Theranos in its heyday when Elizabeth Holmes and Ramesh Sunny Balwani were fleecing investors of hundreds of millions of dollars while running shoddy blood tests. He testified in both their cases about issues in the labs. Now Holmes was found guilty of 4 investor-related frauds, whilst Balwani was found guilty of 8 investor-related frauds and 4 patient-related frauds. Balwani was considered to be the closer to the patient frauds, as ostensibly he had responsibilities for the labs, hence he was found guilty on those counts. Both Holmes and Balwani face a sentence of up to 20 years on each count. So what happened next was the inevitable appeal process, and Balwani and Holmes are both going through these, and the next stage is a hearing on the 17th of October, that's only a couple of days away. This has been brought by Holmes and will determine whether or not she receives a new trial. According to a court document filed by Rosendorff's lawyers last Wednesday, he stands by his trial testimony against Holmes and her co-defendants, Sunny Balwani, and his testimony is now at the heart of this hearing. Holmes is essentially saying that there is now new evidence which emerged when Rosendorff turned up at her house and he met with her partner Billy Evans. Now apparently according to Holmes, Rosendorff said that he had second thoughts about his testimony, and this in turn called into question his credibility as a witness. Rosendorff disputes this. In Rosendorff's filing he says, "I answered every question put to me completely, accurately and truthfully to the best of my ability." And he goes on to say, "Nothing I have learned since giving my testimony has changed my recollection of the events I witnessed during my time at Theranos." He says that the reason for visiting Holmes' house was to forgive her for the pain and suffering her actions have caused in his life and not to recount his evidence. He's also arguing that he shouldn't have to produce documents subpoenaed by Holmes' lawyers and calls the request a fishing expedition that would task him with searching through more than a year's worth of sensitive emails, text messages and other communications. The request for the exchanges with friends, family and others to make him look like a liar, as he says. Holmes' lawyers make a couple of additional points. They say that they warned the presiding judge Edward de Villa that Rosendorff's testimony was problematic. They point to the prosecutors eliciting misleading testimony from Rosendorff during his testimony. Also, they contend that the government kept information away from the jury concerning investigations into his competence in his post-Theranos employment and relied too heavily on him as an expert witness given his potential bias. "I stand by my testimony at Ms. Holmes and Mr. Balwani's trial in every respect," Rosendorff said. So let's see what happens during the hearing, and if you don't want to miss out, then hit that subscribe and then the notification button. Should nothing change, then Holmes is currently scheduled for sentencing on November the 8th, and for those interested, that's 35 days away from the time of writing this. Bye for now.